pick off the unvaccinated.
The president telling Americans to expect more restrictions after internal CDC documents warn the war has changed.
Has increased from 12,431 to 42,323 in just a week. That's an increase of 243%.
Hey, you see this?
Here we go again.
The men are gonna need us.
They definitely will. This is getting crazy.
It's time to unite.
Let's do this.
And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode 182 of Player Life. It is Friday, the 1st of October here in Japan. Good Lord, time flies by. Time flies by when you're having fun, isn't it? That is the truth. We got Gabriel E. in the house. The grind is real. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Carl L in the house says 1000%. Keep it up, Mac. Good. Appreciate it. So as you guys know, we have launched Pandemic Pickup Delta variant. It is live. If that is something you are interested in, if you are interested in learning game, improving your game, online game, day game, you name it, anything to do with game, anything to do with getting laid, this course has it covered. This course 100% has it covered. Link in the description. Use my affiliate link, helps me out. It's just honestly, it's just a dope course. Pandemic Pickup Delta variant. It's launched. It's ready. You can sign up. It's like the modules are online. You get access to Pandemic Pickup 1.0. You get 10 online modules on online game mastery featuring modern life dating. You get 10 modules on day game featuring Mac the Day Gamer. You get exclusive modules on consensual sexual escalation with female model. 5 webinars on Pure Game starting October 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Telegram chat for Pure Pickup Game until the end of the year. So there you have it. That's it. You know, it's a pretty good deal. It's a very good deal. It's an unbelievable deal. You need to learn game, basically. That's the topic of today's episode. Learn game or get left sitting on the sidelines. You know, in 2021, with all the shit that's going on in the world, if you don't have game, you know, and you're an average guy. If you're an average guy and you don't have game, you're fucked. If you're below average and you don't have game, you're super fucked. You know, even if you're above average, you're kind of fucked. You really need to learn game because of the way the world works, you know, because of female nature, because of technology, because we have dating apps, social media, all these things that basically benefit women in the short term. And what I mean by that is women are benefiting from having an absolutely massive advantage in the sexual marketplace in the short term. It doesn't benefit them in the long run because they end up jumping on the cock carousel and kind of getting washed up, getting diluted over many years. And yeah, that's how they end up single. That's how they end up alone. And that's just the way it is. That is the way the cookie crumbles. You know, basically my opinion is that the reason there's such a basically an imbalance, like there's always been an imbalance like in the sexual marketplace. It's never been like, oh, there's a woman for every man. It's never been the way it is. Like it's always been, men have always been left behind in some way, because of female hypergamy. But with all our technology, with all the way the world is working right now, it's become way more polarized. It's become much more those differences have become much more pronounced. The inequalities have become much more pronounced in the sexual marketplace. You know, women always talk about, you know, inequality, this, that, and the other, but the biggest inequality ever is in the sexual marketplace. For the guys that don't know game, and ironically, a lot of the guys that don't have game, that are getting left on the sidelines. A lot of the guys that are getting fucking left to the fucking, you know, just getting left over, getting no action whatsoever, tend to be a lot of the guys that are basically simping and white knighting and using all these beta techniques that don't actually benefit them, that don't work. And it's just very ironic. It's very, very ironic that they're the ones that are getting no pussy and they're fucking simping and white knighting, using all these bullshit techniques. So in this day and age, in 2021, there's no other choice but to learn game. Yeah. And learning game isn't even enough. Like, you can learn game, you know, that's not even going to cut it. Like, as a man, you got to tick off way more boxes. That's the cold hard truth. There's more to it. Like, it's if you go out there looking like shit, looking like a fat slob, like, if your numbers are high enough, if you cold approach enough, then yeah, you're eventually gonna get laid. But you know, it's just gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of hassle. There's just more to it. There's more to it than just game. You need to get your finances right. You need to get your fitness, your health right, and you need to have good internal internal game, and you need to have good frame. There's a bunch to it. There's a lot to it. Whereas men, all we want is like a hot girl that is kind of feminine and sweet. And like guys will even punch down when it comes to having sex. Guys will punch down. Like, guys will punch down way down. And I've talked about this before, how guys will. Yeah, we can get into that. Well, I'll get into that. But P H says Japanese difficult to learn. I mean, it's like, of course. I mean, it depends on. It takes time. I mean, a language, any language takes time. I mean, there's a lot of different elements to Japanese. I mean, the writing system, to learn to speak it is not that difficult, but the writing system is very difficult. There's three alphabets, and you know, there's two that are quite simple to learn. Katakana, which is used for English sounding words, or words that are not translated, literally English sounding words. Like, what's an example? just like, I don't know, like my name, for example, Mac. You're not going to have a kanji. You're not going to have a Chinese kind of writing for it. So they have a certain alphabet for foreign words, basically. Foreign words. So Mac, be a Mac. They have an alphabet that's called katakana. Oh yeah, or like McDonald's, McDonaldo. They'll have the certain alphabet for words like that. And then they'll have hiragana. Hiragana is like, it's kind of like the Japanese alphabet. It's also you can learn that in a couple of I don't know, it depends on how hard you try, I guess, but it's learnable. But then one is kanji, and this is the characters, and this takes like, I mean, this takes a lifetime to learn. I mean, there's even Japanese people that don't know how to, like, can't read all of the kanji. There's thousands of kanji, like thousands. And then when you know, long story short, the writing system in Japanese is difficult. The speaking side is not, in my opinion, not so difficult. But like any language, it's going to take time, takes effort. You need a reason. You need a reason to learn any language. You need a reason for sure. So I can speak it. If I can speak it, it mustn't be that hard. Yeah. So what was I gonna say? Yeah. So men have a pretty small, checklist when it comes to a woman. She just has to be feminine, sweet, hot, ideally. But men are so starved for fucking pussy, starved for female attention, that they'll settle down. They'll settle down with some fat, obnoxious bitch. That's the reality. Like, guys, ideally they want a feminine, hot girl, but guys are like desperate as fuck. Like, it's sad to see. There's a lot of fucking desperation out there because guys have swallowed the blue pill. They think women are goddesses, and they're like, they can't be blamed for anything. Men are evil. It's just so bizarre. The narrative is so bizarre. I just don't get it. It's just so mind-numbingly annoying. Like, men and women are equal. There's no difference. There's no biological difference. Gender is a construct. Yet all men are evil. Men suck. Yeah, kill all men. All this kind of garbage, weird fucking doublespeak. Weird bullshit. Like, it's just weird shit. And then this kind of infantilization of women, and at the same time that this infantilization of them, where it's like, oh, they have to be, they have to hide. Just the idea that men can constantly take advantage of them, and this, that, and the other, but yet women are this, like, these boss independent bitches, like they're boss bitches, and they're just as strong as men, and there's women can compete in male sports. It's just because they haven't been trained as well as men, or they've been held back. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? There's so many contradictions, so many hypocrisies. If you really like focused on that kind of shit, you'd lose your mind. So you just learn to accept it, but you just learn to like not give a shit about it and just keep doing your own thing, seeing the world as it is, rather than like the fucking lies that we're told, rather than believing the lies that we're told. And when you learn about female nature, when you try and improve yourself as a man, when you try and become something, you're basically seeing the world as it is. Like, you're basically you're not fucking pretending. You're not living in some imaginary fantasy world. You're like, as a male, as a rationally minded male, you're approaching the world to try and solve problems. And what are the kind of problems you want to solve? you want to solve the problem of not getting laid, because it's one of the our most basic instincts, and that we constantly, as men, we have it every single day. If you're a healthy male, you're gonna have that basic instinct every single day. Like, for most most of your waking hours, you're gonna, like, apparently men, we're almost constantly thinking about sex, even subconsciously. So that's a big problem that you need to solve. Like, and obviously you need to suppress it and control it, but it's a problem that you need to solve as a man. And I really don't think, it's quite obvious that quite obvious that women don't operate that way. Women don't have that insane drive, like, for sex. Like, they don't have that. Like, they don't have balls where we're creating sperm like every day. Like, we basically have a factory in our balls, like, creating sperm, like, that needs to be released. And it's like a biological problem that we need to solve. Like, how are we going to release this sperm? And obviously we're driven to do it with women. But a lot of guys have to fucking forfeit that idea, and a lot of time they end up using their hand, watching porn, and it's a bad habit to get into, because it when you start getting into that bad habit of like, just releasing your, just jerking off, you're kind of releasing the pressure, and that's fine to do that every now and again. But if you don't have that FOMO, if you don't have that, like, fear of missing out when you see, like, really hot girls or girls that you like, you're not going to be very encouraged or very motivated to approach them or to try and make anything happen with them. You're going to kind of be less. You're going to care less. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between, when you, like, if you go out with a loaded gun, as in you haven't jerked off in a week, you haven't busted nut in a week, let's just say. You go out and you see a lot of hot women. There's a big difference in that, in the way you're going to feel if you if you've been jerking off every day. If you've been jerking off every day, you're not going to really feel that fear of missing out. It's going to be lessened a lot. You're not going to feel that motivation. You're not going to feel that, like, almost like anxiety. And it sounds, the fear of missing out is kind of it's a bad feeling, but it's kind of necessary to motivate you to improve yourself as a man, to approach women and whatnot. Bring It On says, "Hey Mac, does the mirror clothes work if you're taller than the girl?" Well, I mean, of course. Why would the mirror? Are you talking about the mirror technique from the module? God damn it. Of course it works if you're taller than the girl. I mean, most guys are going to be taller than the girl they're with. Do you mean smaller than the girl? I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by that, because of course, why would it not work? Speaking of the mirror technique, let me see. I got some. We can look at that actually, because I've talked about the mirror technique a lot. So I'm gonna show you one of the. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so Bring It On says, exactly. Does it matter if you're shorter? I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's just a technique. She's back at your place. You can use it. It's just like kind of an excuse to get close to them, like check their height. Yeah, it could work. I've never done it with a girl taller than me because I'm 6'1", but yeah, it depends on how much smaller you are, but it could definitely work. I can't see why it wouldn't work. Let's have a look at it anyway. Let's see, I'll share screen. Okay, so this is the course curriculum. Online game principles. These are done by Modern Life Dating. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 online game principle modules. So that's pretty good. Then we get the day game principles. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they include fashion, location, mindset, the cold approach, volume and commitment, same day lays, arranging dates from cold approaches, dates, conversation on the date, how to deal with flakes. Yeah, and then we have the escalation guides. There are a bunch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 escalation modules. 16 escalation modules. So let's have a look at the mirror technique, since I've talked about it quite a bit in the past.
All right, guys, this is called the mirror escalation technique. It is basically a way to get intimate with a girl in front of a mirror by asking how tall she is. Very simple technique. It works a charm. It's a perfect way to escalate, actually. So you can basically start by asking how tall she is. For example, how tall are you? 5'6"? I don't think so. Really?
So yeah, obviously this works best if there's a mirror in your sitting room, because obviously if you go to a bedroom, if you're bringing a girl to your bedroom, you might not even need to use the mirror technique. These kind of escalation techniques are for when you haven't actually really physically escalated with them at all. So you're trying to go from 0 to 100 kind of thing. Well, you're trying to initiate the sexual, having sex process. So, yeah, ideally, if you have a mirror in your living room space, or near your sofa, obviously we just place this mirror here, like just out of convenience. Like usually it would be at the side of the room or whatever, but we're just trying to demonstrate. So you're sitting on the couch, you're chilling, and you just basically you ask the girl how tall she is, and we can have a look at it. Let me just mute it.
Let me check. 5'6". Wow. How tall do you think I am?
6'1".
6'1"?
Mhm.
Wow, you got it right.
All right, so obviously you ask them how tall they are, and you guide them. You stand up, and usually they're going to be sitting down, so you kind of just take their hand and say, "Hey, let me check. Are you really?" You pretend like, "Oh yeah, are you really 5'6", or whatever. You take their hand, you guide them to wherever the mirror's at in your room or wherever it is, and you stand behind them, and you put your hands around them. It's kind of hugging them from behind, just lightly, smoothly, calmly. And some girls like will, yeah, there's like the 1 out of 10. Like usually when girls are back at your house, they know what's going on, right? They know that you're gonna at least try and fuck them, right? So some girls, like as soon as you take them to the mirror, like as soon as you try and stand behind them or whatever, they're gonna be like pulling away. They're gonna try and like pull away, or that's kind of like, that's a sign that she's not. Yeah, that's a bad sign. Like it doesn't mean it's over, but it's like, okay, she's this girl. The mirror technique is very effective technique. So when girls don't buy into the mirror technique, the chances of the chances of smashing significantly decrease. So if she's like not letting you kind of stand behind her, and she's kind of like, and if you go behind her and you kind of like try and kind of hug her from behind when you're like checking the height in the mirror, yeah, that's a bad sign. However, you can chill, you can say sit back down. There's other techniques, there's other escalation techniques. However, the mirror technique is very effective. So you stand behind them, you kind of caress them. You can judge, like if she's letting you do that, that's a very good sign. And most of them do at that point. Most women, when you're in your house, and they're back at that point, you've already been on the date. Most of them will let you. Some of them won't.
Very nice body, actually. Do you work out? Really? Really?
No,
It's nice. Nice. I like it.
So obviously, when you are standing behind them, she guesses your height. She's probably gonna guess wrong a few times. You let her guess, but while she's guessing, you're kind of caressing her. You might have your hands on her stomach. You might caress her hips. Honestly, you can even caress her, her ass at that point. And if she's allowing you to do it, if she's being receptive to it, you can like start kissing her shoulders. You can, let's see. So you can kiss. You're obviously you're cheek to cheek from behind. Like you can kiss her, like kiss her cheek, kiss her neck, kiss her shoulders. You can start by kissing her shoulder, her neck, and then her cheek, and then onto lips. That's not exactly the way I did it here, but you get the idea. You understand what's going on. You can initiate the kiss, turn them around, and continue kissing. So once they let you, once they kind of engage and they're receptive with a kiss from kind of behind, just turn them around and start making out with them, and then it's kind of open to escalate a lot further from there. All right, guys. So there you have it. That is the mirror escalation technique. Works a charm every time. It works a charm most times. It's not going to work every single time, but it is. It's just a way to escalate. It's just a very effective, smooth way to escalate with a girl. So I use it a lot. And there's a bunch of other ones there too. So let me see. There is let me see. There's escalation guides. There's a lot. Like there's 16. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. What else we got? So obviously, if you're interested in that, check out the link I just posted in the chat. Sign up. There's already a bunch of guys in the Telegram chat already. The course just launched last night. So, check out that link. Check out my affiliate link. That'll help me out. That's definitely going to help you out. Let me see if we can check some more.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
What else can we look at? Yeah, so as I said before, there is a bunch of there's a bunch of escalation techniques that you can play around with. Let me see. I'll play a module from one of the day game principles, volume and commitment.
Volume and commitment. When doing cold approaches, the more volume you work, the better. However, to sometimes, and the only girl that you approach on a particular day, you will end up scoring. However, your lane count will not get very high if you are only approaching one girl every now and then. Remember, it is perfectly normal for nothing to happen with most of the girls that you approach. The experienced day gamers have approached thousands of girls without anything ever coming from those approaches. The more committed approaches you make, the more sex you will have. Always remind yourself of that. The most important word here being commitment. When you make an approach, fully commit to interacting with the girl in a genuine way. Don't half-ass a, hey, I like your dress, and give up when she doesn't respond or hear you properly. This is why you always make sure phones in these days, so gesture to them, wave before you speak. Some girls will ignore you because they think you are trying to sell something to them. In a way, you actually are trying to sell something. You're trying to sell yourself, but it's important that you don't portray that. Remember, you are the prize and she will benefit from spending time with you. That's the mindset you need. If they are unwilling to take out their earphones and ignore your efforts to get their attention, then you can give up at this point. But if you are going to make an approach, be committed to it, and at the very least, try and get them to hear what you have to say. Don't approach the girls like you have something to hide or behave like you are self-conscious about other people around you. If you behave like this, it will be perceived as being creepy and awkward. Never be creepy or awkward. You have nothing to be ashamed of and nothing to hide. Act like it with every single approach. Fully commit in volume and you will get results.
Mic is muted. Okay, so there you have it, guys. That is volume and commitment. That's just one of the day game modules. The day game modules is a A to Z breakdown of all the basics you need, everything you need to know about what you need to go out and start doing day game. Like if you're at zero, you've never done a cold approach, this is going to help you out. If you've done some cold approaches, you're still not sure, it's still going to help you out. Even if you've done a lot of cold approaches and haven't had success, this is also going to help you out too. So yeah, it's just basically it's like a lot of guys don't understand, like if they've never met someone that has done day game or they don't understand what it's about, a lot of guys don't have no idea what it actually takes to be successful at day game. They think, I approached 10 girls and I wasn't successful, so it must be a scam. It's all lies. Day game doesn't work. No, it's like that can be perfectly normal in day game. It could be that you're off, you're dressed like shit. It could be something, but everything like that is covered in this course. Like it could be that you suck. It could be that your game sucks. It could be like you could do everything perfectly in day game. Like you could be dressed well, you could good, your hair's on, you're like you have a fresh haircut, you're looking stylish, you look good. Everything about you, everything about your confidence is on point. Everything's perfect. Like you're not fucking up in any category, and you will still get rejected. It's perfectly normal. But the point of this course is to like kind of iron out whether or not, you know, where you're going wrong. If you're going wrong, you might have never even done day game before, so you don't even, you don't really know what is wrong or right. So there's a lot of elements to it. There's a lot of elements, but a lot of guys, I do boot camps here in Tokyo, and one of the things that one of the things I try and demonstrate to guys is like, how much like volume is required, like, because they're not really sure like what is guys don't know if it's normal to be getting rejected like 10 times in a row, or is that normal, or so they have no idea. But it's not like, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. Like I said, it might not be that there's something wrong with you. It can also depend on where you're doing day game, what time you're doing day game, the kind of girls that you're approaching. Maybe you're approaching the wrong kind of girls. Some guys can, although it's good to obviously always punch up and like go for the girls that you're very attracted to. Some guys like can be like going out there doing day game dressed like shit, and this is why we say like having game is not good enough. Your game could be on point, your inner game could be solid, but your probability is really low because you look like shit. Like you're dressed like shit. You're not you pretty much need to lux max. You need to like become the best version of yourself. I'm not one of these bullshitters that go around saying like we're all equal as men and we're all the same and we can all have this. No, we're not all equal. It's a cold, it's not a comfortable truth, a comforting thing to hear, but it's like we're not all equal. No, we're not. We all have different potentials. We all have like different but the one thing that is sure is you can do better than you're already doing. You can do better. Like you can definitely do better. You can always improve. But we're definitely, some guys might come to me on a boot camp here in Tokyo. Some guys might have less potential than me. That what I mean by that is like they're going to need to try harder. They're going to need to maybe do more numbers in order to be successful, in order to get a contact and get a lay. And that's a cold hard truth. Even some guys might come to me and they maybe have the same potential, and then guys can come to me and they don't know anything about game, but they might have more potential. Just they might have a better location than me. They might be physically more attractive than me, and then it just increases your potential. And what I mean by potential is like their potential of like they can sleep with, like their probability will be higher when approaching. The thing about day game, it's a numbers game. It's all about increasing your probability. Swear Works says, was just watching you on Troy's channel. What up, Mac? Good stuff, man. Good to have you here. Swearworks says, why is it so common for us to worry about what girls or onlookers will think of us when we approach? I mean, I guess it's just an embarrassment thing. We're embarrassed that we'll be humiliated in front of people. Or it could be something that it's like, I don't know. My hot take on it is it could be an evolutionary thing where in the past it could have been, for long periods of history, it might have been dangerous to approach females that you don't know. You might get attacked by other tribes members. You know, in the grand scheme of things, like humans have only lived in civilized societies for like compared to our whole evolution as humans. It's only a short period, so I imagine things were a lot more tribalistic, a lot more brutal without all this technology and comforts that we have. So it might have been, you might have gotten your head smashed in or killed for long periods of time for approaching a random girl that doesn't belong to your tribe, that you don't know, the guy that's like in charge of her or whatever, the alpha male could come over and smash your head in. So it could be some internal like innate like fear that we have. That I've talked about. That's my hot take on. I haven't done any research on that. That's kind of what I feel could be some reason. It kind of could explain a lot. But just other ways it could be that we're just embarrassed that we're going to get rejected. People are going to judge us, like we're going to look stupid, in front of people. But the reality is, you just have to, like, the more you do it, the more you'll overcome that kind of. You'll start to care less. You'll start to care a lot less over time. The better you get at it. It's like going to the gym. It's like the first time you go to the gym, if you haven't worked out in a long time, you're not really going to be able to lift that. You're not going to be able to squat or bench press. Really heavy weights. It's got when you first start doing day game, your tolerance level for rejection, for you're not going to be socially calibrated. You're not going to be socially fully. It's just going to feel more awkward, and then the more approaches you do, the more reps you put in, the less awkward it's going to feel, the less embarrassed you're going to feel about it. Bring It On says, when George St. Pierre used to fight, the day before the fight, he would go around asking people about his upcoming fight. Then he realized no one cared about him, even when he was famous. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Yeah, no, like people don't care really. Like, we think that, I guess when you first start doing day game, you think, oh, everyone's watching me. I look like an idiot. Feels awkward. Like I shouldn't do this. Like, but in reality, no one cares. You think people like go home at night and think, oh, I saw this guy approach a girl on the street today, and they think about it, and no, they don't give a shit. That's it. But who cares? Like, really, it doesn't matter. Yes, Bring It On says, same mentality needed for day game. Yeah, you just really, people don't care. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I mean, even if people do like laugh or like say, oh, you got rejected, who gives a fuck? Like, it is worth it in the end when you're smashing some really hot girl, like really hot girl back at your apartment. Swearwork says, has that worry gone away for you now, or is it just you feel still and do it anyway? I mean, it's always going to be there. I mean, it also depends on the environment. Like, there's different environments, obviously. Like, there's a coffee shop where like it's quiet and it's like people, it's kind of quiet and people are going to like. It's completely different to approach a girl in a coffee shop setting where it's like or a bookstore or something like that, where like people are very, there's people around, but it's quieter. And then, so you're going to be more self-conscious about talking to a girl. That's where like social calibration, and that's where like real game comes in, when you're able to pull off situations like that. And then, out on the street where it's like, it's busy, it's kind of noisy, not everyone's walking around going about their business. That's kind of like the easiest. Like, there's almost like no worry in a situation like that. It's not that I'd be worrying in any situation, but it would feel it would feel more awkward in some situations. And that awkwardness is still there, but you still go anyway. You still do it. Like if you're attracted to the girl, you go anyway. You face your fears and you go forth, and you get better and better at it. You just get good. You just get good at like controlling your emotions. You get good at just holding frame, basically, because that's what will impress girls, is when you're able to like remain calm, cool, and collected in like an awkward situation. Like if you're able to like remain completely calm and cool, that's like very impressive for girls. That's what will be very, because that'll show that you're very socially calibrated. She'll be turned on by that almost, because most guys would never consider doing that. Approaching a girl in a coffee shop, and it's just fortune favors the bold. Favors the bold. I mean, it amazes me sometimes. Sometimes I meet guys for boot camps, and I might think, sometimes, this guy he's probably gonna struggle. He's gonna struggle today because maybe he's not dressed well, or he's like he doesn't doesn't look the part. But when I relate to them, what just the basics of the approach and what you do and say, like it can blow my mind how successful even guys on their first day doing a boot camp, doing day game, they can get have some great success with a lot of girls. And it's like, wow, yeah, day game really does work. It really does. Cold approach. I mean, sometimes able to pull it off in a really awkward situation. Sometimes those are the most successful stories, like, because it's just like no other guy is going to do it. If it's like in a coffee shop and there's like people around, but it's kind of quiet, and you're bold enough to go and approach a girl and like say what's up and like remain calm and kind of like have the appropriate volume of in your voice, so you're not like shouting, or you're not like speaking too loudly and making the girl feel uncomfortable. It's all about kind of making the girl feel comfortable and not caring about what other people think. So like if you approach a girl in a coffee shop where it's like it's quiet and it's gonna be it's like it's gonna be an awkward approach, you're basically you control the tone of your voice. It's not so that the idea is not to give a fuck about what other people think, but you have to become socially calibrated so that you don't make the girl feel awkward by speaking too loudly, or being just not being calibrated to the situation. So yeah, it takes some fine tuning. It takes practice, a lot of trial and error. But at the end of the day, the winners go and approach, and they're the guys that get laid. I've seen it. I've done it so many times myself. I've seen guys do it. I've seen guys on my boot camps do it. I've seen friends do it, guys that I hang out with regularly. One of my good friends, Jairu, here in Tokyo, after we work out, we go and we do a workout, and we always go for a coffee after we finish working out. And there's a hot girl in the coffee shop. One of us goes and makes an approach or something. It always happens. It's just like part of our lifestyle. And it's just there's just been so many girls that have gotten smashed from just daytime coffee shop approaches. It blows my mind, and it always blows my mind because it's like sometimes you get it, you go and you approach a girl and you think, yeah, she wasn't that receptive. She wasn't so I don't know if anything's going to happen. Like, but she gave you the contact, and you think maybe nothing's going to happen, but you know, she responds to your DM. You know, you link up for a date, and she comes back to your place, and you have sex. So yeah, it's just important to shoot your shot. And if you never shot your shot, if you never approached that girl, nothing would have ever happened. She would have never, like, and most of these girls, like, none of these girls give IOIs. Like, it's not like we're sitting in the coffee shop and we have some girl like waving over at us and like smiling. No, they're like, they give zero IOIs, like zero. They don't even look at us. Like, they're in their laptops or they're on their phone or they're reading a book. They don't give any IOI. IOIs are like, if you're like going out doing day game looking for IOIs, like, forget it. Like, most of the girls I bang don't have don't like zero. Like, it's like, it always blows my mind. The IOIs are overrated. Okay, for anyone who doesn't, was giving you like an indication that she wants butcher. Most, like, they don't give those out, like, especially in Japan. Like, they don't. And you can still, even if they, like, sometimes a girl will walk by me and she'll be super hot, right? And she'll be my type. She won't even acknowledge my existence. Like, she won't look at me like at all, like zero eye contact, nothing. But I'll just double back. I'll roll up beside her calmly, coolly, collectedly. I'll open her. We'll talk. I'll ask her what she's up to. And, you know, I'll get her Instagram and we'll have a date and we'll smash. Like, it's just that's the way it is. Swearwork says, you think this day approach applies for same men who are older, in shape, have money, who are older? I mean, of course, if you're in shape, I mean, if you want to be in shape. I mean, if you're older, I mean, yes, it still works. If you look, it's going to work for almost anyone. I talked earlier about probability. I mean, it depends on how old you are and how, like, you know, like, if you're really old, like, if you're like, it depends on how in shape you are and things like that. It depends on how, you know, if you're like 70 years old and you're like, you have a walking stick and you're like, you know, come on, if you're trying to like approach a 21-year-old, it's going to be harder. But if you're like, if you're 50, you're in your 50s and you're like, you're dressed well, you look like a mature, like, you know, you have that fucking stylish, like, older gentleman look to you, and you know, you can absolutely do day game and you can smash some real hot girls, absolutely. But you know, Gabrielle says, Hockey Hall of Famer Wayne Gretzky says, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's a fact. That is a fact right there. You miss 100% of the shots you do not take. So yeah, it's just like, imagine, like, I would say 95% of the girls that I smash from day game have not given me a single IOI. Have not even, like, they probably hadn't even seen me until I approached them, until I went in front of them. Sometimes girls will give me IOIs. I'll get an IOI. She'll smile. She'll do something, and I'll go up. I'll get her number. Or we'll chat. Nothing will happen. Like, she'll ignore my DM, or she'll, like, I've had weird. Like, sometimes you'll get IOIs from girls, right? Girls will smile at you. Like, it doesn't happen very often, but it has happened. They'll smile. They'll get, like, you'll be minding your own business. Some girl will like look at you and smile, or like maybe very directly wave at you or something. And you know, you as a guy, you go over and you approach, you know, say, hey, what's up? You know, you talk to her a little bit, you get her number, you know, you get her Instagram or message, you message her, nothing, she doesn't even reply. So guys, I can't stress how, like, IOIs are fucking overrated as fuck. Like, it's women, it's not in their fucking nature. They're in their own little bubbles. They're in their own little fucking, in their own little world, and they're not going to recognize you until you put yourself in front of them. Shoot your shot, and don't buy into all this fucking progressive shit that you see. And we all remember that Gillette ad where the guy is like trying to approach the girl. We can pull that up maybe. Fucking garbage. Where is it at? 37 million views. Good lord. See if we can pull it up. That is some bullshit.
Boys will be boys. Will be no go.
Back it up. No, maybe. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, let me get that up. Found it. Yeah, let me share it.
To say the right thing. To act the right way.
Man, this pissed me out. Like, literally, what is not cool? Like, what is not cool? What's not cool, bro? Like, if some dude cock blocked me like this, there's beef. Like, we're gonna fight. Like, if look at this shit.
Thing. To act the right.
Yeah, hot girl walks by. He who said he was gonna do anything bad? Like, what is it he was gonna do that was bad? He was probably just gonna go up. Like, I've done this so many times. I mean, I'm posted up on the side of the street, right? I'm posted the fuck up. I'm looking at my phone. I'm doing whatever. Some hottie walks by. I roll up beside her. You know, she might have her earphones in. I'll just kind of wave to her. I'll wait for her to take out her earphone. You know, and I'll open her and I say, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" Like, you know, just a basic opener. She'll either, if she wants to, like, if she's receptive, I'll continue talking to her. If she ignores me, if she ignores what I have to say, I'll leave her alone. It's not harassment. I'm not bothering her. It's fine. I'm like, this fucking garbage, this shit, this absolute lies that that feminists and progressives tell us. They're fucking full of lies. It's garbage. Like, there's nothing wrong with this.
Act the right way.
Fucking white knighting, like white knighting, bro. Not cool. Not cool. Get the fuck face, you mother. Like, that's gonna be like fucking, like, that's beef. If some guy, fucking dumbass internet, but my internet's shit. But yeah, if some guy comes up like pushing on me, like cock blocks me and then pushes me, like gets in my way, I'm gonna fucking like launch that guy. We're gonna fight. Like, don't touch me, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of my way. Dude, like, if some prick white knighted like that, like, white knight for what? Like, you're literally not doing anything wrong. Literally, you're not. He's just getting in your fucking business. Man, I wish someone would do that to me, because I wish someone would try and white knight like that. Oh man, that is just like, what a little bastard. Some prick cock blocks you from trying to talk to some hottie. Get out of my way, bro. I'm gonna fucking hurt you. We're gonna fight. Like, what are you doing? You're getting in my way. Like, you're touching on me. Like, get the fuck out of my way. Like, dude, that would fucking, I wouldn't know what to do. I would just be fucking so enraged if some dude, like, I don't know him. Like, what are you doing? Like, blocking me, like trying to restrict my freedom, like as a man, trying to stop me from like going about my business. Yeah, man, I'd love to knock someone out that did that. Not like encouraging violence or like not anything like that, but that's an act of violence, like to get in your way. like and physically stop you from talking to someone. Like, we're human. Like, you're allowed to talk to people. Like, there's not illegal. Like, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, and it's not like I'm encouraging harassment at all. Like, zero. Like, I don't encourage harassment at all. Like, you're just going up to some girl, you're just saying hello. That's all you're doing. You're just breaking the ice. She doesn't want to talk to you. You stop talking to her. You leave her alone. Like, that's it. It's fine. There's no harassment. There's no continuation. You're not like creeping around, like following her when she's, no, you don't do that. You're not a fucking creep. You shoot your shot. That's it. She doesn't want to talk to you. You just go away. You try and find some other girl. Some guy comes up and says, no, you're not allowed to, I don't know you, and I'm not letting you talk to this girl because I don't want you to, get with her. Fuck you, man. Get the fuck out of my way. If someone puts hands on you that you don't know, you fucking like shove them to the fucking ground. Because that's like, I have a rule, like I never initiate like violence or whatever. But if someone initiates with you, like it's all like you're free to do whatever the fuck you want. That guy, that's an act of fucking violence, in my opinion. You touch me, man. What are you doing, bro? Like, why are you getting on? Oh man, like I would like, dude, I don't know what the fuck I do. Like I would like, I'm not gonna punch him immediately, but I'm gonna shove him really fucking hard. Like I'm not gonna just deck a guy that stops me on the street, but I'm gonna like shove him. Like I'm gonna shove him really hard, like fucking like as hard as I can. Like he's probably gonna fall to the ground. And if he comes at me trying to hit me, then it's on. Like it's on. It's a fight. Like it's a fight. Like because he initiated it. Like that. I would never do that to someone. Someone I don't know, bro. Like he could have known that girl. He could have even known her. He might have known that girl. And so like it's like it could be you're on your phone. It's a girl walks by. It's like she didn't see you. I know her. And you go up. She talks to you back. Go up and talk to her. You can still try and talk to her. She doesn't want to talk to you. Over. Finish. You don't harass a girl. You don't like continue to annoy her. Man, I mean, it is annoying when someone you don't want to talk to, like continues to talk to. That's annoying. I don't get annoyed if someone just comes up to me and like says something to me, and usually I'm gonna hear what they have to say anyway. That's the difference between men and women anyway. Like men will like. I think like 100% of men, like if I go out in Tokyo, if I like just say if I'm asking for directions or something, like pretty much 100% of guys are gonna like they're gonna stop and hear what I have to say. Like, oh, what's wrong? Like, what are you talking to me? Like men are gonna like allow me to ask for directions or whatever. Just try that as an experiment. Like men will always like. They're gonna talk like guys like just we're gonna talk to each other. We're gonna hear like out of curiosity what's wrong, like what do you want? Are you lost or what you need directions? But like if you go out, just do this as an experiment. Go out and just pretend you're not even don't even try and hook up, like don't even game them. Just ask if like a bunch of women for like just try and look for directions. You're gonna get ghosted. Like some girls will just like completely ignore you, even though you're just genuinely looking for directions. You might genuinely just be looking for directions, and there's a lot of women will just ghost you out of it. Like they won't help you. Like they won't even hear what you have to say. Like they'll just continue walking. They won't help you. But men won't do that. But anyway, that's a side note. Sorry, yeah, men will generally help each other out, or like just I think out of curiosity. Swearwork says it's wild that many of us men, no matter our age, style, wealth, always overthink this stuff. So many rules to undo. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So many rules. Simon says this shit. Some gurglings of trying legislate approaching as harassment in the UK. It's fucked up, man. I don't want to live in a world like that. And I agree. I think governments are reaching a point where they're getting so out of control that I could see legislation come in. It wouldn't surprise me, man. The way things are, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it's right. It's definitely not right. But in some shithole like the UK, Ireland, somewhere in the States, it's not about equality. It's about control. It's a gynocentric society. It's protecting the gynocentric female social order, and it's all about control. It's all about, because women, it's like to discourage the beta males from approaching them. It's all about their reproductive strategy. They don't want the beta males approaching them. They're perfectly fine with the alpha chads approaching them. Sean S says, white knights are everywhere. Most men are lost. Yeah, man, that clip that advert boiled my piss. I hate that advert, that Gillette advert, with a fucking passion. I fucking hate it. It is scum. A scum bitch, whoever made it. I think it was some bitch too who made it. Absolute piece of garbage, trash. Yeah, it's just like, dude, yeah. I don't know. Like when I see that guy, trying to stop the guy from cold approaching. Yeah. Warrior Son of Wander says, been day gaming 6 months now. Thanks to your advice, I got my notch count from 0 to 5. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, bro. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Absolutely, that's awesome. If you want to like level up even more, get over to check the link in the description. Just let me check it. Check the link. Yeah, my affiliate link. If you're really looking to level up, man, we could get that from 5 to 50. We get that notch count from 5 to 50. So let me see. Yeah, so just if you're interested in the pandemic pickup Delta variant course, click on the link in the chat. Click on the link in the chat. It's my affiliate link, and click here and then sign up, and then you're going to be in $597. Like if you see what's in the course itself, like there's a lot of value in there. Like there really is. I mean, like there's so much fucking value in that course. I could just share it and like show you how much content there is in there. Share screen, show you the curriculum. Okay, so this is the curriculum. You have your online game principles. There's 14 modules. You have your day game principles, 10 modules. And then you have your escalation guides. There's 16 modules. Like, and then you have not only that, but you have, let me see. Okay, so you get the you get access to Pandemic Pickup 1.0. Then you get 10 modules on online game mastery featuring modern life dating. By the way, these are new modules. This is completely different from Pandemic Pickup 1.0. This is like completely different course material. So this is all fresh material, obviously, for this course. And just to reiterate, you get 10 modules on day game featuring Mac the Day Gamer. You get exclusive modules on consensual sexual escalation with female model. There's 16 of them. 16. Then you get 5 webinars on pure game starting October 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You also get Telegram chat for pure pickup game until the end of the year. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a very good deal. So yeah, if you are interested in that, like I said, use my affiliate link and you will be in. Swearwork says, wonder if that ad resulted in more men buying razors. Don't see how that makes men who have to shave want their dumb products. When was that? When was that advert put out? It was 2019. Yeah, it was. And funny, like the funny thing about that ad is, I've been growing a beard. I've been growing a beard ever since that advert. That is hilarious. It was the advert that made me start growing a beard. So I'm kind of thankful for that advert in a way. I think I discovered that having a beard is kind of a good look for me. But genuinely, that's a God honest truth. I didn't have a beard before that advert. Funny shit, but it is what it is. Yeah, I stopped buying Gillette. Don't have any of their products. I think I do. I think I have old razors, my old but I don't use them, or I'm not going to buy any more. That's for sure. I'm not going to support a company like that. Why would I? Fuck them. Nah, fuck them. They lost. I'm not going to support that shit. Fucking dumb bastards. Yeah, I know it's garbage. Absolute garbage. Like, I'm not going to support people trying to take away my freedoms as a man, trying to take my freedoms as a human, like trying to fucking, trying to just like denigrate men, like trying to denigrate masculinity. Get fucked. Like, no, it's bad stuff. Yeah, I just have no time for it. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna cut it there. Now's the time, you guys. Monday, I think Monday at midnight, the course closes. So if you want to get in, and now is the time to do it. If you want to, you've never. Now is the time to learn game. Now is the time the game is most necessary. But not only that, you need more than game. You need money, muscles, game, frame. If you want to be the ultimate man, you want to have your probabilities increased to the max. So you're going to learn all of this in the Pandemic Pickup Delta Variant course. And yeah, check it out. Link in the description. And hopefully see you on the inside. Until tomorrow, peace out, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.